shall come forth as pure gold.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. On 1st and 10, Goff. Open man is Quintez Cephus. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 12, Goff. That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. To throw is Goff. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Jonah Jackson, former third-round pick, the guilty party. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. From the 50, it's Goff. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. Throw left side complete to QT. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamal Williams, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Burrow will throw. Throw left side, complete to Chase. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Back to Mixon on second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They convert on third with a gain of 22. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long. On third down, Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Levi Onwuzurike brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Now it's Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
McPherson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Goff on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Second and 8 coming up.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Quick slant caught by Chase. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free after the catch. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the gun on third down, Goff. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. On first down, Goff. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On second down, Williams. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Out of the gun, Goff. Finds a seam inside the 40, and finally brought down at the 31-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 20, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Goff.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here.
Touchdown! That's caught at the 2. Kiki QT, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Burrow looking to pass. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Burrow on 3rd down. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle, and that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked by Tracy Walker. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6.
But we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Williams going to get it again on second down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
From the 27th, Burrow. Open man is Uzomah. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Here we go. Behind. 180. 180. Behind.
from the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Aleem McNeil in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow, open man is Chase, complete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From midfield now, Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. Mixon with a first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Mixon. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Again, it's Williams. And he'll power his way up near the 25. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Hooked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch it and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Now on 2nd and 13. Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
Now Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to, will step aside. They'll run on first down. Mixon, even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. From the 17, Burrow. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Lions on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Goff now to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And that is incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Here's Kevin Huber now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. So holding there on the
to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
And some space here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. Jamal Williams, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions look like they're about to put an end to their two-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now Burrow on first down. He's going to go deep for Conley. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 34. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run it again with Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 127 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. It's another one that keeps them moving forward.
Goff now looks to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost.